now that we know exactly what cloud computing is and all of the many ways that you can benefit from it, whether it's because it's cheaper or because all of your computers, any place in the world, will all be synchronized, or just because it'll be a great place to keep your files safe in case something happens to your computer, let's talk about some of the different types of cloud computing programs there is. For the most part, cloud computing can be divided into two different main areas. Places or websites that store your photos, your files, your documents, and websites that have applications or programs to do something with your photos or files or documents. And of course, there are some websites that do both. They both store your documents and you can also use applications or programs to do something with them. I have here on the screen 9 of the most popular cloud computing websites. Don't worry, you can always go to technicallyspeakingtv.com and see a picture just like this that'll link to all of these different websites. First up here I have Picnic, photo editing. This is one of those that falls into the second category. It's an application that will actually help us to fix our photos, and we'll be working with that in a moment. Google Docs is both an application and storage. An application meaning it has word processing, spreadsheets, PowerPoint, things like that, and it's also a storage place. Dropbox is storage only, but oh so convenient, as you'll see. Over here is Evernote. Evernote is mostly an application that you'll see. I have even Evernote on my phone, and it's a lifesaver. Apple just recently debuted iCloud, and if you use Apple products such as a Mac computer, an iPhone, or an iPad, I'm sure you've seen an invitation to iCloud, which will synchronize and save all of your files among those computers. Amazon recently released their Cloud Drive. Amazon, as you know, started out as a bookseller, and now you can buy just about anything from Amazon. But along with books, some of their biggest sellers are movies, DVDs, music, MP3s, things like that. The Cloud Drive is a storage place. You can store your regular files from your computer, but one of the great things about Amazon's Cloud Drive is that if you purchase things from Amazon, you automatically get to save them in the cloud. So if you have a Kindle, for example, or one of those new Kindles that plays movies and such, you can store all of the movies you buy. They're automatically stored on the Cloud Drive for you to use whenever you would like. Down here I put Panda Cloud Antivirus. Antivirus is so important with our computers now to make sure they don't catch viruses, and even antivirus software is in the cloud. Here in the middle I have Flickr, which is a place that people upload photos and they can keep them there for storage or for sharing with their friends who will load onto Flickr and watch the photos. And finally I put YouTube, the world's largest video place where you can store and share your videos. But let's start with Picnic. Picnic is a photo editing website, meaning that you take photos and you can correct them, fix them, or change them. If you ever have had photo editing website on your computer, something like Photoshop or something, photo editing applications can be very, very expensive, but Picnic is free. You see here it says, upload a picture or open a demo project. I'm going to open one of these demo projects. And we'll see what Picnic can do. Photoshop is a wonderful program. It also costs $1,000. There are cheaper versions in the store, but even the cheaper versions are usually $50 and up, whereas we can come right here to Picnic for free. And here are all the different options: crop, rotate, exposure, colors, sharpen, and resize. Let's see what some of them mean. Rotate, of course, is if our picture was upside down. I can simply spin it. If you've ever taken a picture with a camera one way or another, you might need to rotate it. I could also flip it. So if everybody's standing on the wrong side of the room or something, we could flip it that way or top to bottom. Crop, let's apply that rotate first. Crop means that we want to cut some things out of our photo. So if we wanted to zoom in just on these leaves, for example, maybe just that one leaf, and take out the rest of the picture, we can crop there. If you've ever taken a photo of a group of people and there happens to be a garbage can nearby, or cars zooming by, or maybe there was someone in the photo that you'd like to take out, crop is a wonderful way to do that. Exposure has to do with whether or not you had too much light or too much darkness, and you could see what changing the exposure does. If you didn't use flash and you should have, or maybe you just want some special effects on your picture, you can do it under exposure. Colors can be fun because we can actually change the color of your picture. Now, if there are pictures of people and they looked a little pale, this might be helpful. Or just to have a little fun, we could take these leaves from winter right through to spring and into autumn, all with one picture. We also have options to sharpen the sharpness of our picture, the clarity, and resize, meaning if we need the picture to be much larger to print out or much smaller. Well, I have to tell you, even those users of Photoshop, these 8 things or so are pretty much everything they're doing, and this was all free and on the web. Looking back at all of our choices with cloud computing, I'm going to look at Google Docs next. If you've recently bought a new computer, you're probably thinking that you're going to need to purchase Microsoft Office or something so that you would have word processing and spreadsheets and databases and the like. Well, a copy of that might run you several $100s. And then when you're working on something at home and you suddenly get to the office and you realize, have some time, I'd like to work on it some more, unless you put it on one of those little flashy drives to carry back and forth, you're stuck. If you see here in Google Docs, we can do documents, spreadsheets, presentations, drawings, and forms right here for free. If I clicked on one of these, I could start and get right to work. They'll even show me some directions, maybe a little video to show me how to do it. And one of the nice things with Google Docs, besides being able to do all of those different office things right here for free on the internet, I could also log in to my Google Docs account. Let me log in now. Oh, look, they let me start right up. And I could start entering and changing all of these things. This spreadsheet will even show me how to make a nice bar graph. Once you have a Google account and you finish creating all of this, it'll be saved into your account and all of your documents will be there. So it's a storage place and an application place, and it'll do everything that you want it to do, right down to making a graph. Google Docs is used a lot whether you're somebody who likes to work from home when you're not at work, or perhaps you're working on something that's a joint project between people. If you're writing a book and lots of different people are going to be submitting things, if you put it on Google Docs, everyone would have a password and they can log in and collaborate on it. But whether you're working with other people or working alone, Google Docs is a free and very convenient alternative to uploading all sorts of software to your computer. Dropbox is a storage place. It's a storage place that you can also have on your phone. So if I go to my phone, I have a Dropbox here too. And all of my files that are saved on my computer are also saved on my phone. I can back up my entire hard drive right to this Dropbox. In fact, let me log in. So this way I know if my computer should crash, I'm safe. I have all of my Dropbox files and they're intact. Whether I'm away or in front of my own computer, all of my files will be right there for me. And finally, one more fun thing is Evernote. Evernote is especially convenient if you're always on the go. You could save shopping lists, whether I'm at home, send it to my own phone, or even my husband's phone. So he can go look and see if he's going to the grocery store, he's got a list with him. So this is another form of cloud computing that we're saving something and using documents. But just head over to technicallyspeakingtv.com and you'll be able to see all of these and many more links to get you started with cloud computing.